Yeah, and the basketball experts agree on something, but they all seem to agree that the key for the Boston Celtics, if they have any shot in this series, Rajon Rondo has to be great.
And he is one of the few players in the NBA who had a very good regular season and then plays better in the playoffs as he's done this year. He has been tremendous, and he's going to have to be great in transition and in his pick and roll game. He's going to have to be a one-man fast break at times, the speed to attack Miami before their defense in the half-court sets. And then he's going to have to reward Kevin Garnett, who still at his age is an outstanding rim-to-rim runner. And then where Rondo is special is he can spot the three-point shooters in that semi-break like he did with Paul Pierce right there. And in pick and rolls, he's got to turn the corner and put maximum pressure on the Heat defense.
You see all his numbers, all better than what was an outstanding regular season, and he has come through in the clutch for the Boston Celtics. But he'll have plenty of help, veteran help. Kevin Garnett now in his 17th year in the league, playing some of his best basketball in the past couple of years. Garnett has been superb, and Paul Pierce has certainly played in his share of big games. Should be a fun series. Celtics and Heat, game one coming up as we go back to Michael and the gang in the studio.
Mike and Jeff, thank you. All right, we're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off of game one here. JB, who do you think the most important player is going to be? Both teams, you got a lot of guys to choose from tonight in game one.
It's got to be LeBron. I think every night it's LeBron James and the way he plays. And as we talked about earlier, after the finals last year, we were all over the guy about how he had to improve, playing without the basketball, not settling for jump shots, getting in the post. He's done that. And leading the postseason in points in the paint per game. He's on the attack. He's focused. And he's got to be the best player on the floor every single night. I don't care what Dwayne Wade does. If LeBron James doesn't play like he played in Indiana, they're not going to win.
Well, if you're picking LeBron on the Heat side, I'm going with Rondo on the Celtics side, only because sometimes you have to look at a series and say, do we and can we get enough offense? And I know I used to look back and say, oh, man, this James is going to have a tough matchup against Larry Bird. It might tire him because he has to play a lot of defense. So I took it upon myself in '87 to just go more offensive-minded than setting players up.
Will Rondo do that, Irvin?
I think he will, because Doc Rivers is going to ask him to do that. He knows that Ray is not 100% and not shooting well. Rondo has to have a big scoring as well as assist series for them to win. And I'm going to look forward to the first 3 to 5 minutes, see if he's pushing it at a fast pace on offense.
I think the most important guy in this series is going to surprise you, Mario Chalmers. Because Rondo, his numbers against the Heat, points, rebounds, assists, field goal percentage, they're better than they are against any other team in the league, because he can roam. He doesn't have to worry about guarding Chalmers. If Chalmers can hit the three-pointer with some consistency, now Rondo has to pay more attention on defense. And then on the other end, you know, Chalmers has to guard him fairly well. I mean, do his best. You don't want LeBron guarding Rondo until it's the fourth quarter. You can't have LeBron chasing him around all game. It'll tire him out. So Chalmers has to be able to guard Rondo to some degree.
I'm going to bring out a totally new name. A guy I know who is not completely healthy because he's had knee issues, but a guy who at times, over the last 5 years, particularly in the postseason, at times has been the best player in the league because he's been the best player in the finals.
Paul Pierce.
Finals.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
I hear you.
I don't know how healthy Paul Pierce is, and he has not been giving away any hints. But if he can be Paul Pierce that we've seen in 2008 and 2010, particularly, Paul Pierce could be the most important player in this series. Thanks for watching Kia NBA Countdown. We'll see you back here at halftime. Let's go out to Miami for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals next.
ESPN's presentation of the Eastern Conference Finals, brought to you by the Kia Optima, official vehicle of the NBA. And Mike's Hard Lemonade. Always different, always refreshing.
That's not safe.
You're right, Aaron. It's not. You know what is safe? The 2012 Kia Optima. It's got a 5-star crash safety rating. Thirsty?
Mike's. That's different.
Yeah, sometimes you got to change things up.
Come on.
Mike's, always different, always refreshing.
Weather?
Nice weather coming up today through this Tuesday.
Evening?
You don't have anything on your calendar for this evening.
Fantastic. Linguiça.
I found 5 restaurants whose reviews mention linguiça fairly close to you.
Joke?
2 iPhones walk into a bar. I forget the rest.
That's funny.
Was it something I said?
Yes, it was.
At Merrill Lynch, we understand the importance of your goals. Today, our financial advisors lead from a new position. Together with Bank of America, they have access to more resources than ever before. A steadfast commitment to help you achieve your financial goals in life. That's the power of the right advisor. That's Merrill Lynch.
Safe House is Denzel Washington at his best.
Do I make you nervous?
Only June 5th.
Find me someone who doesn't fear the dark forest to hunt her down.
If I refuse?
Why the Queen wants you dead?
She is destined to end the darkness.
I will never stop.
Rated PG-13.
Thirsty?
Mike's. That's different.
Yeah, sometimes you got to change things up.
Mike's, always different, always refreshing.
It's the ultimate souvenir. But the odds aren't on your side. You get a better chance of winning the lottery, striking oil in your backyard, or finding buried treasure. But on baseball's biggest stage, there's no greater reward than proving you're part of the team.
Cardinals Mets, Sunday at 8 on ESPN.
Throws it down. Way from downtown. Gaines throws it down. Welcome to the Eastern Conference Finals, which begins in Miami, with the Boston Celtics visiting after a grueling 7-game series versus Philadelphia. This veteran team now led by a talented and savvy point guard and in need of help from an injured gunslinger. The Miami Heat showed they can take a punch in beating the Pacers in 6 games, coming back to win 3 straight, led by extraordinary performances from their dynamic duo.
There's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. What a play by Bird.
10 seconds to go. Johnson fires, fouled, hit it! He hit it! He hit it! He was fouled and he hit it!
And gets it out deep and Havlicek steals it. It's all over.
1 second left. Here's a 3 for the win! It is good at the buzzer! Here's Miller. Miller's open. Bird! Yes! Reggie hits it! It's unbelievable! Oh, my! Incredible!
It's all over! It's all over!
So many memorable moments in the Eastern Conference Finals over the years. Who will turn in the next great performance? Will it be LeBron James? He has certainly had his share already in this postseason. Or will it be Paul Pierce or someone from the Boston Celtics? The aging veteran, but still dangerous and talented group. Very confident as they head into game 1. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. For the Boston Celtics, Brandon Bass has played well in the playoffs. Garnett has been superb. Ray Allen's been banged up, but crucial in Game 7 victory the other day with Pierce and Rondo for Doc Rivers. And And from Miami, still without Chris Bosh or Shane Battier. Last year's second round as James to the basket. The Heat won in 5 games last year. The Celtics won in 5 games the year before. That was in the first round. They certainly know each other. They've had their share of playoff battles together. Even though some of the names and faces have changed. Nice pass, but Garnett can't finish. And James comes the other way. The Heat are a beast on their home floor during the regular season. 28-5, tied for the best home record in the league. And they're 5-1 at home in the playoffs. The one loss, game 2 against Indiana. James misfires the long one. And the Celtics get it back.
And Mike, you see already Boston a little bit different than Indiana. First of all, Garnett on that play switched the pick and roll and then cushioned James to encourage the jump shot. Brandon Bass will be guarding Turiaf most times with Garnett guarding the perimeter Battier, which makes it more difficult for Garnett to give the help he's accustomed to getting.
Pierce misses his first shot. Alley-oop to James. Too high, too strong, and Pierce comes the other way. Pierce driving on Chalmers. Good shut off there by Battier. Well, you mentioned the different defensive philosophies. They're just as good as Indiana is defensively. That's still Boston's strength. Teams are shooting under 41% against them in the playoffs. Ray Allen's first shot, an air ball. Brandon Bass keeps it alive, but it goes to Turiaf. Wade gets behind the defense in a momentary defensive lapse from the Celtics. It's 4-0 Heat.
You can't give James and Wade layups. James first play of the game layup. Wade semi-transition layup. You've got to try to take the layup and the free throw out of the game as much as possible.
Garnett against Turiaf. Tough turnaround shot from Garnett, who has been making one difficult shot after another, shooting over 51% from the field in the playoffs, averaging 19 points, 10.5 rebounds. He has been superb. Ray Allen comes up with a steal. Rondo down the floor against Turiaf. Wild shot. Chalmers the rebound. And everybody, Jeff, talking about the importance and the key role that Mario Chalmers will have, especially on the defensive end. As James going up against Pierce. Good defense from Pierce, but a foul they call. He doesn't like it. James will go to the line. But Chalmers' defense on Rondo is going to be critical in the series.
It is, and how he negotiates the multiple pick and rolls that Boston sets for Rondo, but just as important, if Rondo starts to try to roam and give help on James and Wade, Chalmers has got to knock down the open three. They've got to have somebody each game spread the floor.
Chance of MVP for the MVP as he misses the free throw. That foul on Pierce is first. Needless to say that foul trouble for any star player is huge for both of these teams, whose bench play has been very erratic to say the least. It's critical for players like Pierce and whoever else does not get any kind of foul trouble.
Well, it's really critical, obviously, for Pierce because Pierce has such a burden offensively as well. At least for Miami, Battier can take Pierce for a while and give James some possessions off if necessary.
Rondo the offensive rebound, so good at that. Rondo flips it up inside, can't get it to go. Celtics just 1 of 6 to start from the field. Rondo fights over a screen and a moving pick called on Turiaf. The hustle from Rondo drawing that foul. Turiaf, the latest not to like the call.
Rondo's first 2 shots were very un-Rondo-like shots, and here's the nothing. Okay, so that's I don't know what that is. So play on.
Turiaf didn't appear to move really at all. Pierce gets inside, drives, lefty layup, blocked. Somebody got a piece of it. May have been Battier, but then Ray Allen fouled on the follow. Pierce thought he got hit. And free throws will come up for Ray Allen. 2 fouls on Turiaf.
Well, Pierce drives, takes a little bump, and Ray Allen